Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from the Big Chubowski. Let me just take a quick look at the feeds before I get into this Grand Arena match. Offense up should kind of go automatically usually, especially with Grandmaster Yoda. Undersized stuff and Imperial Troopers probably aren't going to happen, but we'll see. This week I'm fighting Darth Sonia 2020 because just in case you forgot what year it is, this person's here to remind you with a 271k lifetime score. Now in general this week I have some pretty tough opponents. I believe about 5 of them have a galactic legend, and this guy here is another one with a really high lifetime score, 355k, so wouldn't be too surprised to get matched with this one. So let me just focus on Darth Sonia first. So let's take a look. Very offense heavy, so often keeps Rey for offense as well and just goes all the way out. In terms of speeds, nothing to really be concerned about. And the board is untouched, so Darth Sonia hasn't actually attacked anything, although I was thinking it looked like he was leaning forward, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren there, but it's just because of the angle, I guess. Yeah, hasn't touched anything, so I've put Supreme Leader Kylo Ren on defense this time. Also nice for opponents in the next week that see this in the history and aren't quite sure what I might end up doing there. I find that quite important to set some expectations in the history, even though people can just watch all of the videos and hear my thought processes and everything, but I like it reflected in the... Of course, people need to know me, but I like it reflected in the history as well, so that people have a tougher time figuring out what exactly they want to do. So I was prepared in case he would have his Rey on defense, but looks like she's not there in the front. Then over here, Grievous, Padme, and Night Sisters, and in the back, guess I can already show you, nothing noteworthy. Not because I don't expect him to get through my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Actually, I do expect him to get through. But maybe he's not quite sure if he will, and that's why he's waiting for me to put the score down first. Based on his history, he actually always waits for the opponent to attack first, so he must have been, I guess, a bit frustrated throughout the day because it's taken me pretty long to attack and it's about 2 hours to go. So maybe he'll start attacking right after I've gone, and then I can still show the end result. So what he's put on defense then, he put his secondary resistance team, his first order team, which he's already started gearing, then Karth, nothing noteworthy, and then a Geos team and a Newt team. So all things considered, a really light front wall, and that's also why if I look at my defense, I actually feel like I went light on defense relative to what he was going to do, as he historically always went super heavy on offense. But I went with this anyway because I expect him to fail on something. I could be wrong there, he could be using a mixed team with Rey and fives and some other thing that prevents my Kylo from using his ultimate, and then take that team down. Then General Skywalker he can definitely take down, and that would mean he can hard counter some of the other teams as well with the various other options. So he might just be able to full clear me without too much trouble, and it could perfectly end up being a banner match. So let me just check the spy before I fly into this fight here. Okay, let's just get into that one immediately. Not waste a second more talking because there's not too much planning to be done. I just need to get through this front zone, and let's do that. I've been seeing the fun counter of just Darth Vader against Geos. That looks really nice. Let's see. That's the spy hit, which didn't crit. Yeah, Vader up against Geos, that's absolutely crazy. And normally seeing that's the second spy crit. Wonder if I'm ever going to end up taking a turn here. Huh, maybe they have so much speed all around on the team that I don't really get to take any. Anyways, there we go. Now my Scion can't spec, so I'm just gonna pick them off like this, one by one. That was a pretty crazy run they had over there, one of the longer ones I've seen. And would you look at Treyas protection? Very nice. Alright, so this new team is actually the most annoying one for me. I have plenty of options against it. I have Resistance, I have First Order, I have... what else do I have here? JKR is obviously pretty hard overkill, so I'd rather not. I could certainly do something with Nihilus, but I'd rather save him. I don't want to use my Geos just in case he has Ray in the back. Bounty Hunters don't really make a whole lot of sense considering what I'm facing. And I wouldn't want to put Watt in there, so that's not too great. CLS is an option, but it's pretty annoying with the Nest, and my Han and Chewie aren't that strong. So I could end up timing out over there. And then there's Emperor Palpatine that I could probably use together with Nihilus, considering that option too. But it would inevitably be a pretty big banner loss, considering what's on their side, and considering L3 who will constantly be cleansing a lot of stuff. So that could actually be a pretty annoying match. So I'm not quite sure what's smartest for me to use there. I'd rather not use my Resistance and First Order, also considering the teams that he has over here. Now I could use my CLS against that Finn team, but there's quite a lot of damage on all of those characters under Finn lead. So I'm not quite sure if I would be able to make it out alive with everyone. Even though I have a lot of control and a lot of speed, they are still relic 3 to 5, so not too sure about that one. Looks like he started attacking. That's nice. This is probably in, I don't know how many seasons, the first person that attacks at the same time. And the first fight got him 56 banners over there. So that's pretty decent up against Night Sisters. Guess he wants to attack at the same time. Maybe he even knows about the videos and figured, hey, why don't I wait until around this time, knowing that this is sort of when I attack. So yeah, let's go against Newt. Django will obviously be damage immune in the beginning. And just check the health on Nest. 25k is not too high, but the tenacity is pretty high. So if I want to CLS that Nest team, I would prefer bringing someone with tenacity down. And the question is, do I have anyone like that? CLS himself, I believe this ability inflicts tenacity down for 2 turns, yeah. I'm gonna try CLS. If it doesn't work out, then, you know, it doesn't. Don't want to bring C-3PO. I'll put in Old Ben, and then gotta look for one more character that can help me out a little bit here. My own Nest. Don't know if I'll be able to use her anywhere else, really. So might not be a terrible choice. Let's do that. Worst case scenario, it's Nest versus Nest, and then maybe mine can take the upper hand. Nihilus would be another option, but doesn't seem that useful. Alright, let's do this then. So I'll start by stunning Newt. Well, I wasn't exactly planning on killing him, but then again he is gear 11, so I could have seen that one coming. Alright, let's do this and get a first hit in on Nest. I'll just have to sort of counter L3 to death. That was pretty much my plan. I didn't think it was going to go any other way. Let's stun Django so he doesn't get a big hit in. Definitely want to cleanse Extortion. And I'll wait for Han's first special before I go for their Nest. Or actually my Nest could do well too. Oh, come on. A dodge. That's not what I had in mind. Oh, there's the big hit. Oof, that could have ended worse. I would be tempted to AoE here. I think I'll do it. It adds a little bit of protection up to Nest, but still within that threshold to take her down. So it's a pretty bloody fight on my end. I don't think it's going to look too good on banners, but we'll make it work. Okay. Take her out. And maybe... too bad. I thought CLS would go before Nest there. Well, that's pretty ugly on banners, but got through it without spending any of the other teams. Don't know if he's attacking. So Grievous and Asajj in the back. Yeah, he is. Up against Grievous. So he went really light on defense. Yeah. That's just odd to see, you know. But then again, he keeps a lot for offense, so maybe that will work out for him, we'll see. What am I gonna do then? Let's start with the Grievous team. He's taken mine out as well. Probably just fine banners. I'm not really gonna keep track of every individual fight, I believe it. We'll see if he can out-banner me. So against Grievous then, I think what makes most sense is for me to use my JKR team. Even though it's not my strongest remaining team, I think Darth Revan against Grievous is... it gets pretty messy. Let me just put it that way. It really does get very messy. Is there anything else I want to check? I don't think so. Wow, that's a really slow what. What have you done to him? That is not what you do with what? 3 speed on the cross. I literally don't know what I'm watching here. Maybe I'll leave Grievous until a little bit later. Let's try some other stuff first. So I'll go up against the First Order team then, with my resistance. Let's do that one. Then against Night Sisters I can use my Bounty Hunters with what? And yeah, I'll see about the rest. Let's see if I can prevent them from taking any turns at all. Probably not. But who knows. Yeah, well, besides counters, let's add that little side note. It's a relic First Order, so normally seen they should be okay. Let's put some offense down on him. Go for this guy. Okay. No need for me to stealth just yet. Alright, let's have a little fun here. Boom. And put the... I can stun him. Or not. Let's see, everyone has their buffs. Pretty crazy how much you can heal them up, but had to do that there to get the stun in. Looks like I'll be just on track to not let them take any turns at all. Just that Kylo here is gonna stack a lot of defense, so I've got to get healing immunity on him and eventually let him take a turn. Because you'll see here that this special also doesn't really hit him that hard. Yeah, I'm hitting for 10Ks. Alright, so let's start hammering away a bit. Also kind of curious if I would just play it the way I am. Would I ever get through with the healing immunity on him, of course. Could have maybe not done that one. But I do hit, like, the hits are still 5 to 6k. It's interesting that my opponent started going for the top first, by the way. You don't really see that too often. Maybe he's attacking the bottom now? Nope. Doesn't look like it. That's odd. Anyway, Bounty Hunters against Night Sisters. Whoop. What am I doing here? What? That's exactly what I'm doing here. So, taunting tech on Bosk, weapon tech on Boba, 2-turn ability block on Mother Talzin, which for me almost always lands because I have a decent amount of potency on my Boba. And that just puts you in a very secure position. Then you put down a bunch of debuffs. Give this one to whoever, doesn't really matter. Now in this run I feel like I got lucky because usually Daka stuns like half the board before you even blink. Now actually Django got the kill, usually it's Boba, but that means that Boba can take out one of the others. Well, let's see about Spirits. Yeah, a bit too much. Worth a shot, but it didn't even crit there, so... let's put some basics down for the contract. Yeah, if you like running this counter, then getting that second Zeta on Django is really nice, and the same one for Bosk as well. As for Bosk, it allows... Oof, that is close. Well, that's a kill you can't come back from. Yeah, for Bosk as well, so that he doesn't lose his taunt. But yeah, it's an investment. You've got to want to do it. Because with Zetas nowadays, every Zeta you get, your opponent gets 3 relic levels. That's not too much fun if you're getting a lot of luxury Zetas. So ability block again. And those relics really saving her there. This should kill though. There we go. Alright, everyone's protection should be full. Just usual business with this one. See that he's stopped. He's attacking Padme now. Don't imagine he has touched the bottom zone in the meantime. No. Alright, I'm gonna save Grievous for last, because I have some ideas of some fun that I could have there. So let's go for this one then with the first order. Only makes sense, although I'm thinking I've still got so much for offense. Got JKR. Ah, dang, I can't do the thing I wanted to do, right, because I already used Treya. Oh well. That's for some other time then. Let's get together the first order then. Although I could get a bunch more banners here if I undersize some of this, so I should actually go for Grievous first. I've got a squad for that, don't I? So usually if Watt is in there, then people don't really like to use Bastilla lead, as you lose a bunch of offense, which is really important to be able to take the team down. But considering the team that's there, I mean, with Magna Guard, B2 is just gear 12, so that's really not an issue, and the Watt is nothing impressive either, so this should be able to get the job done. Emphasis on should, of course. So you can just immediately start by marking Watt, and then pretty much, as their B2 is already triggered, it's nice to use an AoE to drop a few stacks on B1. Every time B2 has full turn meter, you want to do that. It really helps you to gradually build down the damage that the overall team has. So that's something to really pay attention to that I think a lot of people don't use enough. Then we're just forced to go for Magna Guard for a little bit, spread some of these buffs. Now, like, I could basic, again, a basic is useful here to get through Magna Guard a little bit. I can also do an AoE, because a basic will probably trigger their B2 anyways, but I'll try this special here, and I got lucky there, it didn't get triggered. So now JKR, he needs to get his direct focus back quickly, so I'm gonna swap with Bastilla, who has slightly more turn meter. See if we can get some buff immunity on there, and then I can start going for B2 a bit earlier, which is also pretty nice to do. Wow, I'm actually really surprised I did not trigger B2. I got pretty lucky there. But sometimes that's okay. So, an AoE, there's not too much point, there aren't too many buffs that I would be willing to share, so, or that makes sense to share. Alright, now he's taunting again. And it's going to be another AoE, so now I've got a bit of a turn meter train, I just need to get my direct focus. That burned Savior, and now it's all good. So, just basic, no AoEs at this point. I'm in good shape to get another kill, because my Jolie looks very healthy. And all of a sudden the board halved in size. Do I want to share this stuff? Speed up is pretty good for Jolie right now, so I'll do it. Let's reduce Grievous's turn meter because I get the chance to. Very nice. Allows my Jolie to revive people before he gets targeted. and that preserves his protection for later into the fight when he might take another hit from Grievous. So there's so many different optimizations that you can do in a Grievous fight that can really help you to get yourself into a better position that I think a lot of people overlook. Like here, you could hit Magna Guard, but you're not going to kill Magna Guard before Grievous. It's not how you want to play it. So whenever you have the chance to, you just want to put a hit in on their B1 to continue to lower his stacks and make their Grievous less of a threat. So now I'm forced to go for Magna. Still, it's unlikely that I'll kill him before I manage to kill Grievous, but we'll see. I'm gonna heal JKR here because I don't want to lose him and his direct focus. Don't want to kill Magna. There we go. That's why I tried to save him there. And heal up a bit. And now I just have to allow Bastilla to share buffs with Yoda sometime soon. This is a bit of a waste, but whatever. Reduce the turn meter. That was a pretty good heal there from B1. Let's see, I'll share the offense up. That's for the feet as well. Grievous is gonna probably take another turn before I manage to kill him, although nah, too bad for him. Let's take him down. Alright, can we recover our banners? Let's swap with Hermit Yoda and see what can be done here. Jolie still has his protection. JKR isn't gonna get there. Grandmaster Yoda, same story, so I'll just call it a day. Try to make sure that I end with full health at least. Alright, hopefully get a heal here. Let's put it on Grandmaster Yoda. So you can tell here I did really need my time in this fight, but I did, again, I also talked you through it, so that certainly counts for something. So I'll just autoplay the rest. But it's literally just 2 attacks, but hey. That's a 57. Alright, so my opponent got through Padme and the fleet in the time it took me to take down that one team. Let's see if he's even going to... I mean, he's definitely going to attack, there's no way. So currently, what am I looking at here? Let's see, we've got the Finn team and we've got the Karth team. Now the Karth team I can solo with Malak, so that's fine, and then I can use my Darth Revan up against this little band of resistance characters. I think I'll go in with 3 just because there is still a fair bit of damage on their side. Could also bring Thrawn, but then I lose a lot of my damage. So let's go with these. Alright. Now, I don't want to AoE here because... actually, they're all staggered anyway, it doesn't matter. It's only gonna maybe allow one person to take a turn. Yeah, there it goes. And let's take him out. Ability block her. Don't think Revan's gonna get his protection back. It takes a little bit too long. Yeah. Although... no. Well, I'll take that. Now he already knows that I don't have something super strong in the back, probably. And then over here I can use my Malak. I'm trying to think if there's any reason why Malak wouldn't be able to do it. It's been so long since I saw this fight or watched anyone do it, but it shouldn't be a problem. Though I don't actually remember, like, who do you go for first? That's been a while. Just know it doesn't really matter in the beginning. I think you have to build up those 3 stacks of whatever it is called. Healing immunity, like the thing that allows you to put down healing immunity on basic, that's it. And that will then allow you to chop down Zalbar very nicely so that he stops healing up like crazy. currently at 1 stack, and then you just want to make a bit of speed. And hopefully he will take back over with some taunting. There he goes. I mean, it doesn't really matter until I have those 3 stacks. I can spend all the time in the world on him. Now I'm gonna have to basic him. Maybe I shouldn't use that special so that he actually loses his taunt. That would be brilliant. But I just have to hit Juhani under max protection or max health. And I should start using the basic now. Where's my healing immunity? I have a bunch of potency, so wouldn't mind landing that one. They also have a bunch of tenacity, to be fair. I need to really stop doing that. Start using the basic, man. There it is. Took a while. And Juhani is still, to me, is still one of the strangest characters in the whole game. Such a weird kid. And always the odd one out in this team. I mean, there's literally not even a point in draining because they have so much protection under Carthage. You might as well just use the basics and the specials. The only time it really makes sense to use it, I guess, is to get Zalbar down in that initial attempt. Alright. So is he going to attack these? Is the question. Doesn't look like it so far. Check, how much GP does it have? 2 geos in the front, you don't see that too often. 342k, so decent chance of a higher GP ship in there. So then we just bring a little extra. So when it's Sunfac in there and Geo Soldier, then Soldier instead of Vulture Droid becomes the natural target to take out. So that one's squishy enough to immediately kill, and it avoids you some trouble later on. Now it's nice here, since there is no Vulture Droid killed, their Malevolence doesn't gain any turn meter, so it essentially allows you to very often already take out 2 ships before they even get to do anything. I wonder if it's going to be Millennium Falcon in the reinforcements. Would not surprise me, but we'll just have to see if they even get to bring him in as well. So I think if it's not the standard lineup with Vulture Droid in there, then you could probably just get away with 4 ships again. I'm just playing it safe now because I don't really see a good way for this guy to get through my teams cleaner than I've gone through his. But you know, people can surprise you. No need to cleanse the thing from Anakin anymore either. So that's already taken care of, and this should kill him. So yeah, didn't need, sort of to demonstrate there, didn't need Ahsoka. Don't even know what they're going to bring in, but it did drop some banners, this different lineup. So that works quite nicely for them. Let's see, are you going to attack? Yes. So I can sort of show you this. If it's a win, then they're still in a race and still have a chance of beating me. If it's a loss, then the match is decided here, and I'll just cut it off, as waiting for like a couple minutes until they've attacked is not that entertaining, I guess. So 1933, I think, is a fine score. They went pretty light on defense, so I mean, it's sort of what you expect. But for them to have to beat this, that's really quite demanding against the defense that I've put down. That's no easy feat, so I'm not quite sure if he looked at my history or not. But going this light on defense, it's rarely the answer to be able to beat someone who goes so heavy on offense. Yeah, he preloaded it, so maybe, big maybe an intentional preload, but I kind of doubt it. So yeah, that's the win for me. That's really strange though. I mean, my team wouldn't take his down before he would get to whirlwind someone out if he sent in Rey. So maybe he tried something other than Rey. Maybe he tried his General Skywalker team. Which, again, should be doing a lot more damage than they did now. But maybe they just kind of got mowed down very quickly with all the assists and everything and the turn meter boosting. Then this could be the end result if their General Skywalker gets stunned at the end. But you would think he would at least get one AoE off somewhere and strip some protection from Phasma and Special Forces pilot. So going in one more time, I mean, I can stall that one out and look at some of the upcoming matches. So DK Rec here doesn't have a Galactic Legend. This guy from Team Steroid. Then this one also a really strong one from Mighty Chlorians in terms of roster, but the lifetime score is really low. So not sure what to expect there, if I can expect to fight them. This guy here with an Ultimate Rey. And then this one here with Ultimate Kylo that has a really strong roster. I think looking at the speeds there as well. 273, the speeds are manageable. And in terms of relics, nothing that you wouldn't otherwise expect other than a Vader since recently, I suppose. So I'm really curious about this one. Like, he's got such a high lifetime score, but his roster doesn't scream some sort of super strength, like really characters to be very scared of. So I'm curious, he must just be a super skilled player, but it's not really showing in the relics is what I'm trying to say. So that's really intriguing. By the way, this guy here, 6 mil GP, my current opponent, 6.1 mil GP, so that is, for reference, 1 mil over me. So I've got a bunch of those opponents. They, like, I don't know, they've just got so many gear 12s over you that they can whittle stuff down with. He's still in here. It's pretty crazy how much more GP. And I'm just thinking, like, if I were to get my second Galactic Legend, which I can practically almost do, I think the only thing I'm missing is my, like, a bunch of Kyrotech and some finisher pieces. And when I say a bunch of Kyrotech, I mean like 100, and then I can start unlocking Rey. And then, of course, I still need to get enough for her as well. I think it's actually even 50 by now. But yeah, I would need to gear her as well, which would take a while. So now we took it down to just Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, so I think he intentionally preloaded, then used General Skywalker, maybe, or Rey, could be either of those, to get it down to just Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Anyway, yeah, I'll just call it a day. I hope you all had a good match of the week, like first match of the week, and I'll see you all again soon in the next round, probably against another Galactic Legend opponent.